whether it was 24 or Designated Survivor. I mean, you got the kind of outline episode, and then you started shooting, and you kind of got it as it came. Yeah. So this, in all fairness, I mean, we're teasing you, but it was a luxury. We weren't shooting in the dark per se as much as you would, as certainly in my experience, as much as I have in another television show. Really simply, it's a thriller. And in any given thriller, you're taking someone from a normal situation and putting them in an extreme one, which makes that character go 180 degrees in the opposite direction, which ultimately makes them vulnerable. And that's something that, for better and for worse, we find really interesting and we find desirable to watch.
I try to tell people as little as possible about it, actually.
Okay.
Because the character's full of spoilers,
Yes.
and it's really difficult to talk about him, you know. Other than he's an eminently fascinating character, you will want to know more about.
You don't want it to be the type of show that is full of twists and turns and doesn't end in anything. You know, you want it to be something satisfying, and we promise all the questions are answered.
The writing was so kind of charming and smart, and there was a voice there. And for whatever reason, even though I didn't know who this character was or what was going to happen, I could hear a very specific voice or a very specific human being. And so it was like, it just spoke to me on the page.
There's always going to be something that you're going to try and create visually that's going to be exciting for an audience. And those things often connect the dots. But the stuff that I remember, there were some scenes between Maida and I. My character is desperately trying not to fall in love with her, and he can't help it. And that's so kind of romantic and charming, and he really can't help it. And so the moments when they actually consummate this idea with a kiss or something like that, those moments stood out for me. There's delicate moments that they wrote that I think are my favorite moments in this show, and I think that audiences will be really drawn to.
The bar is continually being raised, and it's being raised on this side of the Atlantic, you know. I mean, we in Little Britain used to pride ourselves, you know, in the glory days of the BBC, you know. Well, it's bullshit. The quality writing is coming from this side of the Atlantic, and this bar is being pushed higher and higher and higher, which is fantastic for all of us.